Okay, so we are live. Hey everyone, it's Nick here from Childcare Business Growth, and I'm super excited to have Scott Wayman here from Kangaroo Time. So Scott, thank you so much for joining me. I'm very grateful. I know you've just told me you're on vacation right now, so I'm even more grateful than normal for you being here with me today.
I'm happy to be here. Yeah. And by the way, this is no like altruistic feat for me to jump on during vacation. This is like it's in the morning. My wife, she's still sleeping. Um, so I promised her I wouldn't work. She'll never know about this.
So we just need to make sure she doesn't see the live. We'll be good. We'll be good then.
Yeah. So keep it down. Keep it down.
I will, yeah. Well, I'm very grateful for you jumping on. Now, I know, so obviously we're here today to talk about you guys. You're supporting us at Childcare Business Growth Live, which I'm extremely grateful for. But also, in addition to that, just before our event, literally days before, you're running your own conference too, which is amazing. So you guys not only are running your own conference, your team are then coming straight down from Buffalo, straight down to our event. So I'm in awe of what you guys do. I'm very grateful for your support in our event, and you've got a crazy few weeks ahead. So tell us, Scott, if you don't mind, tell us a little bit about you guys and the problems or the challenges that you help businesses solve.
Yeah, absolutely. So I founded the company in 2015. I have kind of an interesting childcare background. Was introduced to the space early in my adulthood. Had the responsibility of childcare and got to know the operators and owners at the business that we utilized, and found out very quickly that the operators in the space are the gold of the earth for sure.
Yeah.
And Nick, talk about conferences, and we'll talk about this in a moment, and getting together. I had this moment of gratitude a few weeks back. I was in Australia, and I was on a run, and I started to think about our life, right? The life we get to lead, with the interactions we get to have with the industry that we've decided to focus on. We're not dealing with, or within a current, or we're not exchanging a currency in an industry that sells widgets or does something that's absolutely unimportant. We get to really interface with the gold of the earth, people that have taken an altruistic path in their career, people that have just done amazing things as they were bringing up their children and wanted other options. The origin stories, I'm sure you've heard them 100 times. They're really inspiring, So anyway, learned a little bit about the childcare industry in 2001, helped build this small, tiny solution. And like any great entrepreneur, I sat on those learnings for about 15 years before I founded Kangaroo. But did another startup, learned just so much, just gratitude for how much I learned about building software, building beautiful products, obsessing over design, obsessing over the user interface science, understanding that our partners, the people that we serve, they're not technologists, and nor did they get into business so that they could lever it up with operational products like software.
Yes.
But just having this intense, really fortunate understanding of what our customers do every day with their revenue cycles inside their businesses, the workforce that they serve with the nuanced mix of people that they need to help empower their businesses and show quality to the world from their classrooms, and just overall being able to serve some of the kindest bunches of people on the planet in the world of childcare, and early education operators. Just so fortunate.
I love that. And particularly as well, my wife and I, we came from the childcare background. We've been in it for 17 years now. And one of the things I love about what you guys do is you help make the day-to-day running a lot easier for people, because there are so many challenges that owners face on a day-to-day basis. the staff being called in sick, dealing with issues, all sorts of things that go on. And I generally feel as an industry, the early years education sector as a whole, there are so many more challenges than probably in some other industries. There's so much more interaction. There's so much reliance on your team. There's a lot going on. And I think, with the greatest respect to software companies, you guys help solve those problems to a whole nother level. So tell us, if you don't mind, some of the challenges you guys help solve with your particular solution. Just if there's some examples you could share with us.
Yeah, so Nick, it's changed. When I founded the company in 2015, there was this sentiment around just having software that kind of solved and automated the revenue cycle. So take care of our billing. We as a business, we understand that our most precious utility inside the business are those folks that are typically relegated into the admin offices. So in the beginning, it was all about just revenue cycle management, payments, automating the lifeblood of the business, the operating system. And then over the years, with a few headwinds, there have been some changes in customer expectations. So around 2017, 2018, we started to see this inkling and this kind of a decision-making leverage around vendor consolidation. So, early days, it was just automate my revenue cycle. Then midlife in the business, it turned into, hey, we run software and we partner with companies that we think can help us inside of our business. So help us with some vendor consolidation, help us with our classroom automation tools, help us with our parent communication tools, help us with more than that. And then as COVID hit and the kind of the headwinds of the industry, the capital markets constrained, we started to see a different appreciation for what our thesis was from the very beginning. Okay. Which was an appreciation for data and analytics. So can you draw decision support from the systems that you are running? And can it help you make better decisions on things like utilization, on things like predictions inside the business with your current group of students now and your ages, and if we age progress them on, what does the business look like? Okay. So can we devour insights about our fragile workforce? Since 2020, I think our industry has undergone this tumultuous workforce crisis, and the tooling that they use, if there are indicators of number of absences from an educator or quality, or even doing sentiment analysis on the messages going back and forth from the parent, can we help you curate that workforce? Can we help you with some saves? Can we help you in those moments where you might have a distressed employee? So that's the life cycle of the business. In the beginning, it was all about just, can you take payments? And now we've kind of evolved with the customer expectations into this more holistic operating system that at its forefront leads with decision support.
Nice. I love that. So tell us the typical business owner you help with, Scott. Is it, what's the smallest center you work with compared to, the biggest? Is it full spectrum home centers right the way up? Who do you typically work with?
Yeah, we've always said inside of our business model that we are focused on center-based businesses. Okay. But we have had customers that come to us and say, we know you don't take family child care homes, but we're on a growth trajectory. We've leveled up our family child care business into being licensed for 12, and we're building a center right now. So we like to say we've gone from the smallest of the small to the biggest of the enterprises. Where we thrive, and where we've really focused over the last 3 or 4 years has been in becoming the enterprise platform for the childcare business. So, if you have the growth oriented mindset and you have a single center now, Kangaroo Time is perfect because as you get to 2, 3, 4, 5, 25 rooftops or locations, we feel like we have the schema and the infrastructure and the data and analytics tooling, all the vendor consolidation tooling, the security mechanisms, the API forwardness, the ability to kind of function as a very big enterprise quality platform. So yeah, to answer your question, we feel like we have the best tooling in the market right now. We are obsessed with user interface science and the experience that the end user gets. And our product managers and our designers really go deep when they look at how the software is used pixel by pixel and how it's placed. But in the end, we want to unlock growth. We want to be the partner that takes a center-based business from that first location to becoming the next Primrose.
I love the fact of how you will support those companies on that growth trajectory as well, because I think you're right. There are a lot of companies out there that are, home centers that want to grow. They are on the mindset they want to put these systems in place, but sometimes there aren't necessarily companies out there who are prepared to work with those smaller centers to help them get to that point. So I think I love that ethos that you guys are there to support them to do that. So tell us a little bit, right now, you've obviously got your conference coming up. What's the date of your conference? So just give me the exact dates for everyone.
Okay, I hope I'm right, but it's July 18th through the 20th, if memory serves me correctly. So yeah, July 18th through the 20th, right before so it's a great primer. If you want to get really jazzed up and conference ready for
a week full of conferences. Yeah.
Give you a couple of days to take a breather, and then you get to Florida and you really lean into the next conference.
Yeah. So it's been running in Buffalo, isn't it? So you've got some amazing speakers coming along. Is there a particular theme to yours, Scott, that you guys are running this year, or is it just dealing with all the challenges going on right now?
Yeah, our theme has always been where childcare comes together, and that's kind of amalgamizing, the efforts of owners for collaboration. We really focus on our speakers bringing value when it comes to adding to the zeitgeist or the spirit of the times, and again, I think this year and some of the years moving forward, we'll be leaning into the labor crisis and really helping our owners and operators level up. But when you are associated with me and anything that I do, there's always that little that sliver of mindfulness and gratitude that's always baked into everything we do. So I'll set the tone with the opening. We are really grateful for the year that we've had. We raised a $26 million Series B last year with our capital partner, Ed Growth Partners, and the capital that we brought in brought high expectations for growth, and our customers and partners really helped us achieve all those things, and we are ahead of schedule and super proud of what we are building.
That's awesome. I love that. Massive congrats to you guys as well. I've seen the trajectory you guys are going on, and love to see that and how you're supporting everyone at all different levels. So just the last one from me, Scott, because I know I'm very grateful for you being here, but I'm very conscious you should be going to have your vacation time too. So tell me a little bit, if you don't mind, why you feel conferences or events or workshops are really important to go to, because right now, I was saying this to someone yesterday, we have had probably about another, I think around about 1,850 people inquire about the event, interested in coming along, but have not yet taken the plunge in going, hey, I'm coming, I'm ready to go. And I often find there are lots of people that sit on the fence for whatever reason it is. But what's your personal opinion on why, regardless of what event it is, why you think people should go to events, basically to help them.
Yeah, Nick, this is one to where I almost have to lean up or go against my conviction of being heads down and grinding out work, because that seems to be the mechanism that I've used throughout my career to win, or to kind of dig myself out when needed. But the one thing when it comes to gratitude and mindfulness and empathy, and by the way, there's this great book called The Resilience Project. I made my team read it. And Australian-based author, a former cricketer, but really putting yourself into these moments and into these professional growth kind of situations, to where you can have community, where you can reach out to other people and talk things through. Nick, you and I are both entrepreneurs. I don't know how helpful it's been for you, but for me, having mentors, people on the other side of this thing, that can take a call and accelerate my learning and my suffering by 2-3 years. Hey, I went through this a few years back, and I'll never forget some of the best advice I've ever gotten came from Chuck Gibbs from Childcare CRM. He and I had this conversation about something I was going through, and he just giggled and under his breath said, "You need to fire that person. Like if you don't hang up the phone and fire that person and get this out of your company, I'm not going to talk to you until you do." And it was the best advice. I was toiling in, this really obvious situation, and just over coffee or maybe a barley beverage, kind of explaining it within 5 minutes, the clarity that the person on the other side and my personal community, one of my mentors, had to say, excise this, get this out of your business, move on. So I'm not saying come to Nick's conference so you can fire everybody's ass, in minutes of talking to people. But I do think that community, the clarity, the togetherness, being in the presence of people that want to see you get better. You said you just talked to Vernon Mason this morning. My goodness, every time I talk to Vernon, it's like a soul refreshment session, an SRS, right? A soul. Vernon's just so good for my heart, for my approach, for my the spirit that kind of like takes me to my business, and it's just great to have those moments with different people. So I know it's counterintuitive. I know we all kind of worship the tyranny of grinding it out and working harder than everybody, but these are personal development moments that you need. Spend the money. And by the way, Nick, the most successful people in the business, for whatever reason, I see them at every single childcare event. I see them at all the shows. And in the early years, I thought, God, these people just must be really bored, or they must not like working inside their business. And then the reality hit me that no, the really successful people are thinking at a different level. They have that infusion of what the community gives them in those moments. They take time out to sit with the mentors that will say, you need to do this. I see it so clearly. You're not seeing the forest through the trees. So get out there, join us, be a part of this, and spend the money. I know the expense. Nick, I say it all the time. The lever of the knowledge that you get, it's highway robbery to spend, the less than, $2,000 on travel and the cost of everything, and to level your business up at such a crazy gradient or magnitude. It's highway robbery. It's one of those things like, the TikTok series, tell me something that you know about business that should be illegal. Coming to conferences and leveling yourself up is one of those.
Yeah, I completely agree. I don't think I could have said that better, Scott. You're right. Those people that continuously go to these events, they accelerate their business at a whole nother level, because to me and to you, it's the short path to success. I know obviously every path will come with bumps, but it is a much quicker path to success when you can speak to and spend time with individuals that have already been through those problems or challenges. Like the example you gave as well. I think it's a totally great example of, just someone telling you something you already knew needed to happen, but hearing it from someone else made that big difference. So I love that. So for those of you, just a quick heads up, last warning from me again, there are literally only 34 tickets left in the room. Those of you join us earlier for Vernon's session, there are literally 34 tickets left, guys. We are going to be full. I know what's going to happen. People are going to turn around to me a week from now and say, hey, I missed the ticket deadline. Don't miss the ticket deadline. If you're not able to come to our event and you're near Buffalo, go to Scott's event, because you're going to get just as much great value from that event as well. But as Scott said, take time out of your business, work on your business rather than working in it every single day. Scott, I am very, very grateful for you jumping on today, particularly the fact I know you're on vacation. I'm very, very grateful for that. And I look forward to seeing you literally, hopefully 2 weeks from now in Orlando, Florida.
Me too, Nick. You're going to have an awesome conference. By the way, we missed yours last year because we didn't really know about it. We weren't paying attention. And then we've heard like so many great things. So we are super excited about it. Word on the street is that you have the best conference in America, so like this should be amazing. And
well, you set the challenge now. So no, we've got some things planned, some secret things planned, which should be fun. But hopefully we're going to take it to another level this year. So I look forward to meeting you there, and hopefully we can catch up when you get a few minutes when you're there too.
Awesome, man.
Thanks for your time. I'll see you soon.
We'll see you guys.